Ever ponder the intricate details that bring films to life? While we often recall grand special effects and star-studded casts, the small elements in a movie, such as the art department's work, costumes, and set designs, can go unnoticed. In this show, we'll delve into some of the overlooked details in the popular TV series Hogan's Heroes. So, the next time you watch, pay close attention to these subtle nuances. Can you spot them? Let's begin. In Hogan's Heroes, the set designers did a remarkable job creating a realistic German prison camp. For instance, the barbed wire fences surrounding the camp were made from genuine World War II surplus. This attention to detail added authenticity to the show, making it more immersive for viewers. Another often overlooked aspect of Hogan's Heroes is the costume design. The show's creators took great care to ensure that each character's outfit reflected their personality and rank accurately. For example, Colonel Klink's uniform was always adorned with the correct insignia and medals, while Sergeant Schultz's uniform was intentionally disheveled to portray his carefree attitude. Furthermore, the art department's work in Hogan's Heroes was exceptional. They created detailed replicas of German military vehicles, weapons, and other props used during World War II. These props added depth and authenticity to the show, making it more engaging for viewers. Lastly, the show's set designers paid close attention to the small details of the camp's interior. For instance, the guardhouse's walls were adorned with German military posters and insignia, adding to the show's overall authenticity. In conclusion, Hogan's Heroes was a well-crafted show that paid close attention to the small details that often go unnoticed. From the barbed wire fences to the guardhouse's interior, the show's creators took great care to ensure that every aspect of the show was authentic and engaging. So, the next time you watch Hogan's Heroes, pay close attention to these details and see if you can spot any of the ones we've discussed. In the episode The Prisoner's Code, Colonel Hogan and his men employ a clever ruse to deceive German soldiers. They utilize coffee grounds to dirty their uniforms, effectively adhering to the unwritten rules of prisoner conduct. This tactic not only helps them maintain their cover, but also adds a layer of authenticity to their portrayal as prisoners of war. Interestingly, the barbed wire seen in the series is not actual barbed wire, but fishing line. This cost-effective and safer alternative was used to create the illusion of a prison camp without the dangers associated with real barbed wire. The fishing line, when filmed from a distance, convincingly mimics the appearance of real barbed wire, thereby enhancing the show's authenticity. The use of coffee grounds and fishing line in the TV series serves as a testament to the creative problem-solving skills of Colonel Hogan and his men, as well as the show's production team. By employing these simple yet effective tactics, they were able to craft a compelling and believable portrayal of a prisoner of war camp, contributing to the show's enduring popularity among older adults. In the 1965 TV series, the production team faced a challenge when filming beach scenes. To create a realistic appearance without exceeding their budget, they turned to a simple solution: crushed cereal. This household item, when used strategically, effectively mimics sand from a distance. Actors, too, had to adapt to certain constraints. Smoking was a common practice during that time, but the show's creators were concerned about the health risks associated with it. As a result, they provided the cast with fake cigarettes. These props were made from herbal tobacco or tea bags filled with dry ice, allowing the actors to convincingly portray smoking scenes while avoiding potential harm. The use of such unconventional materials and practices highlights the creativity and resourcefulness behind the scenes of the TV series. By employing these methods, the production team was able to deliver a compelling and immersive viewing experience while also prioritizing the well-being of the cast members. In the episode The Amazing Hair of this classic TV series, Hogan and his men employ a unique tactic to distract a German soldier. They use soft ostrich feathers instead of the usual chicken feathers to tickle him. This clever ruse allows them to carry out their plans without a hitch. Hogan's leadership skills are on full display in this episode. His fellow prisoners always obey his orders immediately, reflecting the deep respect and trust they have in him. His commands are carried out promptly and efficiently, ensuring the success of their missions. The use of ostrich feathers in this episode is a small but memorable detail that adds to the show's charm and humor. It demonstrates the creativity and resourcefulness of Hogan and his men, who are always thinking of new ways to outsmart their enemies. Overall, the strong leadership and clever tactics displayed in the amazing hair are just a few examples of what makes this TV series so enjoyable and enduring. In the 1965 TV series, 4 Jewish actors, Werner Klemperer, John Banner, Robert Cleary, and Howard Kane, took on German roles. Klemperer, who played Colonel Klink, was born in Cologne, Germany, and fled the Nazis in 1935. Banner, who played Sergeant Schultz, was also an Austrian Jewish actor who left his home country after the Nazi annexation in 1938. Cleary, who played Lebo, was a French Jewish concentration camp survivor, and Kane, who played Major Hochstetter, was a Jewish actor born in Baltimore, Maryland. The show's use of Jewish actors in German roles was a bold and groundbreaking move, given the historical context of World War II. These actors brought depth and nuance to their characters, adding a layer of complexity to the show's portrayal of the German military. One notable aspect of the show was General Burkhalter's Mercedes-Benz W31. This rare collector's item was one of only 57 produced, with only 3 surviving post-World War II. The W31 was a symbol of status and power, and its inclusion in the show added a touch of authenticity to the setting. The Mercedes-Benz W31 was not just a prop, but a character in its own right. The car's sleek design and powerful engine were the perfect complement to General Burkhalter's authoritative presence. The W31's rarity and historical significance added an extra layer of intrigue to the show, making it a fascinating subject for car enthusiasts and history buffs alike. In conclusion, the 1965 TV series featured Jewish actors in German roles, adding depth and complexity to the show's portrayal of the German military. The inclusion of General Burkhalter's Mercedes-Benz W31 was a nod to historical accuracy and a symbol of power and status. The W31's rarity and significance added an extra layer of intrigue to the show, making it a captivating subject for viewers. The popular 1965 TV series, often humorously referred to as some call it a prison, we call it home by the cast, showcased the actors' remarkable ability to find humor in even the darkest of situations. This lighthearted approach extended beyond the show, as the cast released a successful album of World War II-themed songs in 1966. The album became a commercial success, reaching the top 40 on the Billboard 200 chart. Delving into the creation of the album, the cast's camaraderie and shared sense of humor were evident. They handpicked a collection of songs that resonated with their characters and the show's theme. The album featured a mix of classic tunes and original compositions, all paying homage to the World War II era. One of the standout tracks was an original song titled Hogan's Hero's March, which became a fan favorite. The upbeat tune captured the spirit of the show and its unique blend of comedy and history. Another notable track was their rendition of The Happy Wanderer, a popular folk song that took on new life with the cast's playful delivery. The album's success was a testament to the cast's talent and the show's enduring popularity. It proved that the humor and charm of the series transcended the small screen and captivated audiences in a different medium. To this day, the Hogan's Heroes album remains a cherished piece of TV history, a reminder of the show's lasting impact and the cast's undeniable chemistry. In the making of the TV series, the idea of an underground steam room in Stalag 13 was initially proposed. However, this concept was eventually abandoned due to being too unrealistic. The creators wanted to maintain a certain level of authenticity and believability, and the steam room did not fit into that vision. On a lighter note, the character of Colonel Klink, the camp commandant, was depicted as a terrible violin player on the show. Interestingly, the actor who played Klink, Werner Klemperer, was actually a classically trained violinist and pianist. Klemperer's musical background added an extra layer of depth to his portrayal of Klink, even if the character's playing skills were intentionally exaggerated for comedic effect. The show's creators decided to include this quirky characteristic to Colonel Klink, which brought some humor to the otherwise tense atmosphere of a prisoner of war camp. Despite Klemperer's real-life musical abilities, his portrayal of Klink's terrible violin playing became one of the show's most memorable and entertaining aspects. In the making of the popular TV series, A creative solution was needed to depict snow in the outdoor scenes. Initially, the production team turned to salt as a simple and accessible option. However, they soon realized that salt was not a practical long-term solution. It was difficult to control and would often scatter or blow away, requiring constant touch-ups. To address this issue, the team switched to using white paint for a more permanent and reliable way to create the appearance of snow. In addition to the behind-the-scenes details, there was also romance brewing on set. The actor who played Colonel Hogan, Bob Crane, met and fell in love with Patricia Olson, who played Klink's secretary Hilda. Their on-screen chemistry soon turned into a real-life relationship, and the couple tied the knot after meeting on the show. Despite the challenges of filming in the snow and the distractions of love, the cast and crew of the TV series were able to create a memorable and entertaining show that has stood the test of time. The use of salt and paint to create snow and the marriage of two cast members are just a few of the interesting stories that make up the history of this beloved series. In the 1965 TV series, the main characters were rarely seen interacting with each other on screen. This was a deliberate choice made by the show's creators to emphasize the isolation and individualism of the characters. Additionally, budget constraints also played a role in limiting the amount of screen time shared by the main cast members. Despite these limitations, the show was able to create a compelling and humorous narrative. The set of the series, which was designed to resemble a German prisoner of war camp during World War II, was incredibly detailed and authentic. In a twist of fate, the set was destroyed in the film Ilsa with an actual explosion, saving demolition costs for the production team. The show's main character, Colonel Robert E. Hogan, was a cunning and resourceful prisoner who led a group of fellow inmates in various escape attempts and acts of sabotage against the German war effort. Despite the dangerous and high-stakes nature of their work, Hogan and his team managed to maintain a light-hearted and humorous attitude, often using their wit and cunning to outsmart their German captors. Overall, the 1965 TV series was a unique and entertaining show that was able to overcome its limitations and create a memorable and engaging narrative. Its use of isolation and individualism among the main characters, as well as its detailed and authentic set, helped to set it apart from other shows of the time and establish it as a classic of the genre. Werner Klemperer, the talented actor best known for his role in the popular TV series, brought the character of Colonel Klink to life with his unique comedic timing and expressive delivery. Interestingly, Klemperer agreed to take on the role only after being assured that Colonel Klink would never successfully carry out his schemes. This decision added an extra layer of humor to the show, as audiences enjoyed watching Colonel Klink's constant failures. To maintain continuity in the series, the producers decided to always depict snow and frost on the ground, even during warm weather. This creative choice required the characters to wear winter attire, regardless of the actual temperature. The result was a distinctive and memorable visual style that set the show apart from other comedies of the time. As a result, Klemperer's portrayal of Colonel Klink became one of the most iconic and enduring characters in television history. His frosty reception, both literally and figuratively, remains a beloved and memorable aspect of the show, endearing him to audiences of all ages. The leather jacket worn by Bob Crane in the TV series was auctioned in 1929 and had been worn by Frank Sinatra in Von Ryan's Express. The show was canceled during the Rural Purge, a period when networks cut shows believed to be popular with rural audiences. In the popular 1965 TV series, one of the actors, Larry Havis, consistently wore his wedding ring. To ensure the ring wasn't visible on camera, the show's creators got creative, often using gloves or other props to conceal it. This attention to detail showcases the crew's commitment to maintaining the show's continuity and realism. Interestingly, the series also employed a filming technique known as day for night filters to shoot daytime scenes as if they were taking place at night. This practice was more common in the past due to the limitations of film technology. Today, with advancements in filmmaking, such techniques are less frequently used. However, during the time of this TV series, it was a common and accepted practice to achieve the desired visual effect. In conclusion, the use of subtle details like hiding Larry Havis's wedding ring and filming daytime scenes as nighttime added depth and nuance to the show, enhancing the viewing experience for audiences. In a surprising turn of events, Leonard Kinski, known for his role in Casablanca, left the TV series after discovering it was a comedy that featured Nazis. This revelation was concerning for Kinski, who did not want to be associated with a lighthearted portrayal of such a serious and sensitive topic. On a brighter note, Bob Crane, an accomplished drummer, left his mark on the show in a different way. Crane played the drums on the show's theme song and showcased his skills in several episodes. His love for music added an extra layer of entertainment to the series, making it even more enjoyable for viewers. Despite the controversy surrounding Kinski's departure, the show continued to be a success, thanks in part to Crane's musical talents and charismatic performances. The show's unique blend of comedy and drama made it a standout in its time, and it remains a beloved classic to this day. Without a doubt, the 1965 TV series, which you may know as Hogan's Heroes, is a show that rewards close attention. The series, set in a German prisoner of war camp during World War II, is filled with small details that often go unnoticed on first viewing. For instance, the main character, Colonel Robert E. Hogan, is always seen wearing a jacket with a patch that reads POW on the arm. However, upon closer inspection, you may notice that the patch is not worn or faded like the other prisoners' patches. This is because Hogan had the patch specially made to help him maintain his cover as a prisoner. Another interesting detail can be found in the set design. The barracks where the prisoners sleep are filled with authentic-looking German propaganda posters. However, if you look closely, you may notice that some of the posters contain subtle errors or inconsistencies. These mistakes were intentionally added by the show's creators to highlight the absurdity of the propaganda. The show's attention to detail even extends to the characters' uniforms. Each character's uniform is carefully tailored to reflect their rank and position within the camp. For example, the German officers' uniforms are adorned with intricate braiding and buttons, while the enlisted men's uniforms are more plain and functional. Furthermore, the show's writers were known for their clever use of humor and wordplay. Many of the episodes contain subtle jokes and references that are easy to miss on first viewing. For example, in one episode, Hogan and his men are trying to intercept a German radio broadcast. As they listen in, they realize that the broadcast is actually a coded message. However, instead of trying to decode the message themselves, they simply wait for the broadcast to repeat, knowing that the Germans will inevitably make a mistake. In another episode, Hogan and his men are trying to smuggle a secret weapon out of the camp. To do so, they disguise the weapon as a piece of art. When the German officers come to inspect the artwork, they are baffled by its complexity and intricacy. However, Hogan and his men know that the weapon is actually quite simple, and that the officers are simply being fooled by their own arrogance and ignorance. In conclusion, the 1965 TV series is a prime example of a show that rewards close attention. From its meticulous set design and costume choices to its clever writing and humor, the series is filled with small details that are easy to miss but well worth noticing. So the next time you watch any movie or TV show, be sure to pay close attention to the small details. You never know what hidden gems you might find. The 1965 TV series, often simply referred to as Hogan's Heroes, has had a significant impact on television history. Set in a German prisoner of war camp during World War II, the show offered a unique blend of comedy and drama, which was both entertaining and thought-provoking. The series was notable for its excellent cast, led by Bob Crane as Colonel Robert E. Hogan. The characters were well developed, and the actors' performances were widely praised. The show's writing was also exceptional, with clever dialogue and well-crafted storylines that kept viewers engaged. Despite its lighthearted tone, Hogan's Heroes didn't shy away from tackling serious issues. The show explored themes of loyalty, courage, and resistance, and it provided a nuanced portrayal of life in a prisoner of war camp. It was a bold move for a sitcom, and it helped the series stand out from its contemporaries. The show's legacy can still be felt today. It proved that comedy and drama could be effectively combined in a single series, paving the way for shows like MASH and The Good Place. It also demonstrated that television could tackle complex and serious topics in a way that was both entertaining and enlightening. Hogan's Heroes remains relevant today because of its timeless themes and memorable characters. The show's exploration of loyalty, courage, and resistance is particularly relevant in today's world, where these values are more important than ever. The characters, with their unique personalities and quirks, are also still endearing to audiences today. In conclusion, Hogan's Heroes was a groundbreaking TV series that left a lasting impact on television history. Its bold blend of comedy and drama, exploration of serious themes, and memorable characters have helped it endure as a classic. The show remains relevant today because of its timeless themes and enduring appeal. The casting process for Hogan's Heroes, a popular 1965 TV series, was a fascinating journey. Bob Crane, a seasoned radio personality, was an early pick for the lead role of Colonel Robert E. Hogan. Crane's charisma and comedic timing made him a perfect fit for the character. For the role of Sergeant Schultz, the producers wanted a well-known face. John Banner, an Austrian-American actor, was chosen due to his previous success in Broadway and Hollywood. His portly appearance and distinctive voice made him ideal for the bumbling but lovable character. The role of Sergeant Carter was given to Richard Dawson, a British-American actor and comedian. Dawson's natural charm and wit made him a standout during auditions. He was also chosen for his ability to handle physical comedy, which was crucial for his role. Larry Havis, an experienced stage actor, was cast as Sergeant Andrew Carter. Havis's ability to handle both dramatic and comedic scenes made him a valuable addition to the cast. Ivan Dixon, an African-American actor, was cast as Sergeant James Kinchlow. This was a significant decision as it was rare during that time to have an African-American actor in a leading role. Dixon's talent and professionalism helped pave the way for more diversity in television. Finally, Robert Clary, a French-American actor and singer, was cast as Corporal Louis Lebo. Clary's background in music and his experience in Hollywood made him a perfect fit for the role. The chemistry between the actors was evident from the start. During the auditions, they quickly formed a bond that translated onto the screen. Their camaraderie and mutual respect were palpable, making the show a success. In conclusion, the casting process for Hogan's Heroes was a careful selection of talented actors with diverse backgrounds and experiences. Each actor brought something unique to their role, contributing to the show's enduring popularity. The creation of the 1965 TV series Hogan's Heroes was heavily influenced by director Ken Hughes' unique vision. With a background in film noir and a knack for visual storytelling, Hughes brought a fresh perspective to the sitcom genre. Hughes' approach to Hogan's Heroes was characterized by his clever use of space and movement. He often utilized the entire set, creating dynamic and visually interesting scenes. This was a departure from traditional sitcoms, which often relied on static camera angles and limited set design. Collaboration was also key to Hughes' directorial vision. He worked closely with the cast and crew, encouraging improvisation and experimentation. This created a lively and collaborative atmosphere on set, which in turn led to more engaging and authentic performances. One notable example of Hughes' collaborative style was his work with actor Bob Crane, who played the lead role of Colonel Hogan. Hughes encouraged Crane to bring his own ideas and energy to the character, resulting in a more nuanced and dynamic performance. Hughes' creative influences were diverse and far-reaching. He drew inspiration from classic films, literature, and even his own personal experiences. This eclectic mix of influences is evident in the unique tone and style of Hogan's Heroes. Despite the challenges of working within the constraints of a sitcom, Hughes never compromised his vision. He remained committed to creating a high-quality and entertaining show, and his dedication paid off. Hogan's Heroes was a critical and commercial success, and its legacy continues to this day. In conclusion, Ken Hughes' directorial vision was instrumental in the success of Hogan's Heroes. His unique approach to storytelling, collaboration, and creative influences set the show apart from its contemporaries and established it as a classic of the sitcom genre. In the mid-1960s, a unique TV series called Hogan's Heroes hit the airwaves. Set in a German prisoner of war camp during World War II, the show offered a blend of comedy and drama that captured audiences' hearts. The production of this series involved careful planning, innovative techniques, and meticulous attention to detail. The set design for Hogan's Heroes was instrumental in creating the show's distinctive atmosphere. The production team built a massive, intricate set on the DeZillo Studios lot in Los Angeles. This set included a replica of a German prisoner of war camp, complete with barbed wire fences, guard towers, and barracks. The interior of the barracks was equally impressive, featuring detailed props and set pieces that brought the characters' living space to life. To ensure historical accuracy, the production team consulted with military experts and historians. They studied photographs and blueprints of real German prisoner of war camps, and even incorporated authentic German military uniforms and insignia into the show's costumes. This dedication to authenticity helped create a convincing and immersive environment for the show's characters and storylines. One of the most significant logistical challenges of filming Hogan's Heroes was managing the large cast of characters. The show featured a diverse group of prisoners of war, each with their own unique personality and backstory. Coordinating the actors' schedules and ensuring that their performances meshed seamlessly required careful planning and precise execution. To facilitate this process, the production team employed innovative techniques and technologies. For example, they used a multi-camera setup to film the show, which allowed them to capture multiple angles and perspectives simultaneously. This approach saved time and resources as it eliminated the need to set up and break down cameras between takes. Another innovative technique used in the production of Hogan's Heroes was the use of pre-recorded sound effects. The show's sound team created a library of sound effects, including gunfire, explosion, and ambient noise, which they played back during filming. This approach allowed the production team to create a more immersive and realistic soundscape for the show, without the need for expensive and time-consuming on-set effects. Despite the challenges of filming a large-scale TV series in the 1960s, the production team behind Hogan's Heroes managed to create a captivating and enduring show that resonated with audiences around the world. Through careful planning, attention to detail, and innovative techniques, they brought the world of a German prisoner of war camp to life, offering a unique blend of comedy and drama that continues to captivate viewers today. The creation of the Hogan's Heroes score and soundtrack was a collaborative effort between composer Jerry Fielding and music supervisor John Elizalde. Fielding, an experienced composer who had previously worked on TV shows like Gunsmoke and The Untouchables, brought his unique style to Hogan's Heroes. This show's musical style was a blend of lighthearted, upbeat tunes and more dramatic, suspenseful music. The opening theme, for instance, is a lively march that sets the tone for the show's comedic and adventurous elements. In contrast, the music that accompanies the more serious scenes, such as the prisoner's escape attempts, is more intense and suspenseful. Fielding's approach to scoring Hogan's Heroes was to create music that complemented the narrative and emotional tone of each scene. He used a variety of instruments, including brass, woodwind, and percussion, to create a full and rich sound. The music was carefully crafted to enhance the comedic timing of the show, while also providing tension and drama during the more serious moments. One of the most memorable musical moments in Hogan's Heroes is the use of the Colonel Klink's theme. This recurring musical motif is used to introduce the bumbling camp commandant, Colonel Klink, and is played in a humorous and exaggerated manner. The theme became so popular that it was even used as the title music for the show's German dubbed version. The musicians involved in the creation of the Hogan's Heroes score and soundtrack were highly skilled and experienced. Many of them had worked with Fielding on previous projects and were familiar with his style and approach. The musicians were able to bring Fielding's compositions to life, adding depth and emotion to the music and enhancing the overall impact of the show. In conclusion, the creation of the Hogan's Heroes score and soundtrack was a complex and collaborative process. Composer Jerry Fielding and music supervisor John Elizalde worked together to create music that complemented the narrative and emotional tone of the show. The musicians involved brought their own unique skills and experiences to the project, resulting in a rich and memorable soundtrack that has stood the test of time. One of the most iconic scenes in Hogan's Heroes is from the pilot episode, The Inquisition, Part 1, where Colonel Robert E. Hogan first meets Sergeant James Kinchlow, also known as Kinch. Kinch is in the middle of fixing a broken fuse when Hogan enters the room. Hogan asks if Kinch is the camp's electrician, to which Kinch replies, "I'm the camp's everything, Colonel." Director Robert Butler uses a low-angle shot to introduce Hogan, making him appear powerful and in charge. The camera then cuts to a medium shot of Kinch, highlighting his frustration with the broken fuse. The use of lighting in this scene creates a contrast between Hogan and Kinch, further emphasizing their different roles in the camp. Bob Crane, who played Hogan, delivers his lines with confidence and authority, while Ivan Dixon, who played Kinch, shows his character's expertise and competence through his actions and dialogue. This scene is significant because it sets up the dynamic between Hogan and his team, showing that Hogan is the leader, but Kinch is an essential member of the group. It also establishes the show's tone, blending humor with the seriousness of being prisoners of war. According to Crane, the relationship between Hogan and Kinch was one of mutual respect and trust. Hogan knew that Kinch was the best at what he did, and Kinch knew that Hogan would always have his back. Cinematographer William H. Whaley used a variety of camera angles and lighting to create a sense of tension and excitement in the scene, making it memorable for audiences. The impact of this scene is still felt today, as it remains one of the most memorable moments in the series. It showcases the talent of the actors and the crew, and it sets the stage for the rest of the show's run. The scene's humor and tension have resonated with audiences for over 5 decades, making Hogan's Heroes a classic television series. Hogan's Heroes, a 1965 TV series, left a significant cultural and social impact. Set in a German prisoner of war camp during World War II, the show resonated with audiences due to its unique blend of comedy and drama. It was a bold departure from the serious portrayals of war that were prevalent at the time. The series was popular, running for 6 seasons and producing 168 episodes. This popularity influenced pop culture, with many of the characters and catchphrases becoming part of the vernacular. This show's theme song, composed by Jerry Fielding, was also widely recognized and hummed. Hogan's Heroes contributed to discussions on relevant social and cultural themes. Despite its comedic tone, the series didn't shy away from addressing serious issues. It portrayed the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity and the power of camaraderie and teamwork. The characters, while humorous, were also complex and multidimensional, each with their own unique backstory and motivations. The show also challenged stereotypes. The main characters were prisoners of war, yet they were portrayed as intelligent, resourceful, and heroic. This was a departure from the typical portrayal of prisoners as weak and helpless. Furthermore, the series featured a diverse cast, including actors of different ethnicities and backgrounds, which was relatively rare for the time. In conclusion, Hogan's Heroes, with its unique blend of comedy and drama, resonated with audiences and influenced pop culture. It contributed to discussions on relevant social and cultural themes, challenged stereotypes, and showcased diversity. Its impact transcended the realm of television, leaving a lasting mark on our cultural and social landscape. Hogan's Heroes, the 1965 TV series set in a German prisoner of war camp during World War II, received mixed reviews from critics. Some praised the show for its humor and unique premise, while others criticized it for making light of a serious historical event. Critic Jack Good of the New York Times wrote a positive review, calling the show a cheerful and engaging addition to the TV comedy lineup. He commended the cast, particularly Bob Crane as Colonel Hogan, for their comedic timing and ability to balance humor with the seriousness of the setting. However, not all reviews were glowing. The Saturday Review's John O'Connor criticized the show for its trivialization of the war, stating that the laughs are uneasy and the humor is strained. Despite the mixed reviews, Hogan's Heroes was a hit with audiences. It consistently ranked in the top 20 shows during its 6-season run and won several awards, including an Emmy for Outstanding Comedy Series in 1966. The show's success meant financial gains and recognition for those involved, including Crane, who was nominated for an Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series. The awards and nominations for Hogan's Heroes were a testament to the show's popularity and impact on the television industry. The Emmy win for Outstanding Comedy Series was particularly significant, as it recognized the show's ability to balance humor and drama in a unique and entertaining way. In conclusion, while Hogan's Heroes received mixed reviews from critics, Its success with audiences and recognition with awards and nominations demonstrated its impact and enduring popularity in the world of television. During the filming of Hogan's Heroes, the cast and crew faced many challenges. For instance, Bob Crane, who played Colonel Hogan, was an avid photographer. He would often bring his camera to the set and take pictures of his cast members, capturing candid moments during filming. However, this hobby sometimes caused tension with the other actors who felt that their privacy was being invaded. Another interesting anecdote from the set involves Werner Klemperer, who played Colonel Klink. Klemperer was actually born in Germany and had fled the country during World War II. He had a deep understanding of the German language and culture, which he brought to his portrayal of Colonel Klink. However, Klemperer was also deeply committed to his Jewish faith and found it difficult to play a Nazi character. Despite these challenges, Klemperer's performance was widely praised, and he went on to win 2 Emmy Awards for his role on the show. The set of Hogan's Heroes was also home to some unexpected visitors. One day, a group of German tourists arrived on the set, unaware that they were about to step onto the grounds of a fictional Nazi POW camp. The tourists were shocked and confused when they saw the cast and crew dressed in Nazi uniforms, and it took some quick thinking on the part of the show's producers to explain the situation. They assured the tourists that the show was meant to be a satire and that it was not intended to offend or promote any negative stereotypes. Despite these challenges, the cast and crew of Hogan's Heroes remained close-knit and dedicated to their work. They often socialized together off the set, and many of them formed lifelong friendships. The show's success was due in large part to the talent and dedication of its cast and crew, who worked tirelessly to bring the world of Hogan's Heroes to life. Hogan's Heroes, a 1965 TV series, holds a significant place in film history. Despite its light-hearted approach to a serious topic, it brought the concept of war-themed comedy to the forefront. The show's unique blend of humor and historical setting was a novelty in its time, paving the way for future filmmakers to experiment with similar concepts. The series was set in a German prisoner of war camp during World War II, a backdrop that could have been heavy and somber. However, Hogan's Heroes managed to infuse humor into this setting, creating a unique mix of comedy and history. This approach was groundbreaking and opened up new possibilities for storytelling in the realm of war-themed entertainment. One of the most notable impacts of Hogan's Heroes was its influence on later TV shows and movies. The series served as a blueprint for blending comedy with historical settings, a formula that has been replicated in numerous subsequent works. For instance, the popular 2001 film Band of Brothers, while more serious in tone, shares the World War II setting with Hogan's Heroes. Moreover, Hogan's Heroes inspired a generation of actors and filmmakers. The show's cast, including Bob Crane as Colonel Hogan, showcased their comedic talents, inspiring many to pursue careers in the entertainment industry. The series also sparked an interest in historical settings and stories among its audience, a trend that continues to this day. In conclusion, Hogan's Heroes, with its unique blend of comedy and history, has left an indelible mark on film history. Its influence can be seen in numerous subsequent works, and its cast has inspired a generation of actors and filmmakers. The series' legacy continues to resonate, reminding us of the power of humor and the enduring appeal of historical settings. Did Hogan's Heroes leave a lasting impression on you? This 1965 TV series, with its unique blend of humor and history, still resonates with many viewers today. We'd love to hear about your personal experiences and memories related to this classic show. Maybe you found inspiration in the characters' courage and wit, or perhaps the series sparked your interest in World War II history. Whatever your connection, we'd love to hear your story. Feel free to share your memories in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more cinematic explorations. Your engagement helps us create a vibrant community of classic TV fans. So, whether you watched Hogan's Heroes as a child or introduced it to your own kids, we're eager to hear how this series has marked your life. Let's spark some captivating conversations about this iconic piece of television history.